let me say that it's a great pleasure to meet Honorable Minister Goyal, to discuss about opportunities for partnership between Indian government and the African Development Bank. As you know, India is a great supporter of the African Development Bank. It joined the African Development Bank in 1982 and the African Development Fund also in 1983. And the Prime Minister Modi, of course, gave a fantastic speech yesterday. I'm a great admirer of Prime Minister Modi. I like his focus on pragmatism. I like his focus on making things happen faster. I like his focus on making things happen at scale. And if you look at a number of things that he's been able to do here, which I find quite amazing, is what he's doing with regard to the issue of access to financing for low-income people in this country. The Minister Goyal mentioned to me that they've opened accounts of 283 million accounts just in a period of 2 years, and they disbursed about $60 billion in small loans of average of $900 to each of these people. That is incredible, and I guess that's why you call it Incredible India. The other thing that I think is fantastic from what Prime Minister Modi said and what Minister Goyal in our discussion here is about the solar revolution that is happening globally. I really applaud the leadership of Prime Minister Modi on the International Solar Alliance, and we discussed that and how we can get Africa countries to really join that alliance. But beyond that is the fact that the African Development Bank itself is actually leading right now Africa in terms of renewable energy. We have lots of sunshine. We don't have a deficit of sunshine. What we have is a deficit of power. And so how to translate that sunshine into power, electricity for Africa, is what's very critical. And I see a huge opportunity of partnership between India, that has done tremendous amount of work in the area of solar revolution, and Africa through the African Development Bank. And we discussed about that. We also discussed quite a bit about what can be done as well in terms of the digital financing for financial inclusion in Africa, which is also very, very important. But as somebody who started my own international career in 1988 here in India, in the city of Hyderabad at the International Crops Research Institute for the Semi-Arid Tropics, I'm quite familiar with India, so it's like coming back home for me. But I admire tremendously what India has done on agriculture, and I think that India could feed itself with pride. Makes me always very happy to always cite India as a great example of what political leadership can do when there is a will and the support. I look at the great Indian man, the great mentor of mine as well, Professor M.S. Swaminathan, and the leadership that he has provided here in India in helping India to feed itself. Africa is driving to feed itself, and Africa must feed itself. And there are lots of lessons that we can learn from India, and also lots of technologies and so on that we can learn from here. So it's been a great delight to be here. The Prime Minister has been wonderful to us. His speech has been inspirational. Just to let you know, I told the Prime Minister yesterday that he's the biggest export of India, and that, in fact, I don't see anybody else in the world that can go anywhere and crowd stadium, Wembley Stadium with people. It looks like a football match, but we are very, very delighted to be here. We thank him very much. We thank, Minister Modi, Minister Yetli of Finance for all the support that they are giving us. And we look forward to being able to do more with India and Africa.